Thanks for joining Arnisha Creates. I'm going to do a little tutorial on a acrylic paint pour. All of my colors pretty much pre-mixed. I'm just going to mix this white here because I'm going to need more white for this particular painting. And I hope you all are having a great day. And thank you for joining in to find out how I make these paintings, at least one of the ways. This one is gonna have a white, it's gonna start off with a white pour, pouring the white across the whole canvas. And this canvas is one of my smaller canvas sizes. It's 8 by 10. So it'd be pretty easy to maneuver. So I use 1 part paint, 2 parts Floetrol. This is the Floetrol right here. It is like a great paint thinner, and it helps to make it just definitely pour well. I'm going to add a little bit of water into my acrylic and Floetrol here with my white paint. You don't want to put too much water. This is a good consistency here. Make sure you stir well. You don't want any lumps. Looks like I see something in here. Could be from my stick here. Let me wipe it off and make sure. You don't want any lumps in your paintings, right? All right, so it's looking good. I'm going to mix it in with the white I had already put together here. I've been painting for a while now today. So this is painting number 3. I did some tutorials on them, but I didn't do it directly on YouTube Recorder like I'm doing this one. So we'll see. This is my first time doing it this way. This right here is it's called Color Pour. I got this from Color Pour Cell Magic. This is a silicone, which is excellent for creating those cells, the beautiful circular designs within your pores. And we're gonna get started. So my colors are, these were pre-mixed. This is Purple Iris. And this one right here is the Wisteria. And this is the Navy color. And these are all from Apple Barrel. They're very inexpensive. You can find some other good ones that aren't very expensive as well. Let's see. My canvases. Make sure your canvas is clean. Like I said, I've been busy around here today. It's looking a little messy, but it's gonna work out. Okay, so another thing you'll need for this is a napkin, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So make sure you have a napkin and a water spray bottle by. Or if you don't have a water spray bottle, just some sort of water source. Okay, so as far as the white is concerned, there's no silicone in there. It's not needed because we're gonna have it to cover the canvas on the bottom. Seeing like I saw a lump come out of there. Find out in a minute. And so again, we're pouring. We want it to cover the whole canvas. And as it goes off the edges, make sure to dab along the edges. If you are like me and have been painting and didn't change your gloves, make sure to be careful not to get the color in there where you want there to be just white. It's coming down pretty good. I think I put a good amount on there this time. I used a small cup, the cup that you saw pretty much filled it up to get this amount, which is working out well. And I'm dab around the edges to make sure that it's fully covered. Once you've gotten it pretty much close to fully covered, then you would make sure again that you got all around the edges. After you've done that, then you can begin the next process. All right, so it's looking pretty good, pretty good. Now, what I like about this one, this particular technique, is it's a lot of versatility involved, but I also love the look of it, and you'll see what I'm talking about when it's all said and done. So there's two ways you can do this. Well, there's probably more than two ways, but one of the ways I've done this before is I take, let me actually turn this. I want it to go to the wide way. You can drip it if you don't want it to be a lot of, you know, color. You want it to have a light look when it's finished, then that's probably your way to go. But me, I'm looking for it to have a more fuller color, and so fuller look, I should say. And so I'm gonna kind of get that color on there real nice. I'm doing it centered, and there's all kind of things you can do and different ways you can try this, I'm sure. Your color choice is your color choice. It's all about what look you're going for. This is going to be your painting, or if you're making it for someone else, you know, then just get their color scheme and have your way with it. You know, you can choose how many colors you want to use. You don't have to use a particular amount of colors. So now I'm going to spray just the end of the napkin, right? What we're going to do, I want to look at it. Let me see. Do I want to add any more color? I'm thinking. No, I think it'll be okay. I'm going to start on this side. It's really up to you where you start, but you want to make sure it's flat across and drag it across the color. Look at that. You see the cells forming? I'm going to do something different here. I'm going to let some drips fall in there. I like that variation. It gives it. And usually I go back for a second pass, but I'm thinking, do I want to? I won't go back for a second pass this time because I want to keep a good amount of paint on there. But again, you play with it, have fun with it, and see what works for you. Now, I'm going to use a straw. Just any straw will do. You just kind of blow along the sides in a wave, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It creates a beautiful design. Look at that. And do it along the ends. Another thing, keep in mind, you can make it wider if you want, just by tilting it, letting it kind of shift until you get the look that you're going for. Just kind of play with it and see what works. Let's see. I'm going to tilt it this way. Let's see if I can get some of that color to shift over there to that side. You see that? It takes on its own life, you guys. and when you kind of leave it, and you'll see that it'll just kind of shift on its own. It'll, you know, take on a life of its own. But I'm kind of, this is kind of, I think, nice right here. Let's see. I'll bring it up a little higher so you can see. You see that? Not too bad, right? Another thing you can do is use a torch. And this is my torch here. Purchased it at Lowe's. It was only, well, it was about $25 worth it for me. You can find them even cheaper on Amazon. Whatever works for you. I've even seen it at the Dollar General. A smaller version, of course, for like hecka cheap. So you see it already has sails. It has those beautiful designs, but you'll start to see more form as I use the torch. This is completely up to you whether you want to use the torch. You can just, you know, kind of stay with what's already developed within your paint pour. But you can see the difference. As I torch it, it's creating more sails. What's good about using silicone is if you didn't want to, you don't have to torch it, because they create sails. It creates sails on its own. But once again, there you go. Your own beautiful paint pour that you can make a nice piece in one of your rooms of your home, or you can bless someone with as a gift, or you can begin to make them for people for purchase, but whatever works. So if you like what you've seen, definitely follow my page and you'll see more of this and other great tutorials. Along with, if you look in the description, there's a website that you can visit, and there you'll be able to purchase some of my paintings, whether you want an actual canvas painting or you want it in the form of a cup or phone case. There's many different options. So definitely like my page here, subscribe, and I hope to see more of you. Definitely comment below and let me know what you think. Thank you for taking this time out to spend with me, and have an excellent day.